This is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. Thank you for inviting me back in. I live in the Yucatan, the tropics, and it's usually very warm, but during the wintertime sometimes we have cold spells, and last night I was absolutely freezing. It was about 60 degrees. I know that's not cold, but if you're used to living at 100 degrees all the time, 60 is cold. So it's been cold and chilly all day today. So I was going to make some warm comfort food today. I'm going to make an apple crisp tonight. But the name of the channel is Homestyle Southern Cooking. So we're not just going to make a plain apple crisp. We're going to make a cornbread apple crisp. So let's get started. I've got about 5 medium-sized apples, and I've chopped most of them already. I saved one I peeled them. I'm just basically chopped them 4 sides off. And then I'm just cutting little slices, thin slices, like if you're going to make a tart. I bet you a lot of them never even heard of a cornbread apple crisp. But it just sounded really good to me tonight. It sounded like, comfort food, being chilly outside. If I have to go get a coat or a blanket or something, it's cool. So fortunately I had my puppy dog last night, and he has long fur, and so he was nice and warm. So, okay, this I've got 5 medium apples. It's either 5 medium apples, about 4.5 cups of cut up apples, okay? Now, I've got 3/4 cups of sugar, brown sugar that I'm starting off with. I'm going to take about 1/4 of that out. So I'm going to take like 2 spoons. And I'm just going to stir that all around with my apples here. This brown sugar. Just so I'm getting a coat of it. Okay, just some brown sugar on my apples. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a basic box of Jiffy Bread corn mix. I use that for a lot. I also have a recipe. If you can't find Jiffy Bread, how to make cornbread on one of the videos we've made. If I can't find it, which a lot of times I can't, then I have to make my own cornbread. Okay, in goes 1 box. To that, I'm going to add, I've got a 1/2 cup of oatmeal. To that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. The rest of the brown sugar I'm going to add to this mixture. And then I've got about 5 tablespoons of cold butter that I cut to chunks, and it's kind of cold. So I'm going to push this in here, and I'm just going to sort of mash this around into my ingredients until I get this sort of chunky. It'll take me a few minutes to get this, but I just want to get it all incorporated. So when I get through, what I'll have is a crumbly mixture is what I'll have. Okay, I've got my oven set at 350. And this is when I put it in the oven, it's going to bake for about 30-35 minutes. It should be bubbly and golden brown. I'm trying to get most of that butter chopped up as I can in here. This has some pretty big hunks still. If I can break those up just a little bit. Okay, but that's pretty crumbly. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I've got an 8-inch square baking dish, and I'm going to spray that. I sprayed that. Then I'm going to take, and I'm going to add, just maybe a half a cup of this to my apples. Then I'm going to stir my apples up again with this oatmeal and the mixture there. Probably should have got a little bit bigger bowl. I might add just a little bit more to that. I wish, like I said before, you could smell, because the cinnamon and the apples and the butter, this smells really, really good. So you can see it's all pretty much coated in here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually dump this into my baking dish. And I will smooth that out. Press it down so I can get it all down in the bowl. And then I'm just going to take the rest of my mixture and I'm just going to cover the top of it with it. I know this seems really strange without using any flour, and we're using cornmeal, but this is a good old Southern dish that is really good for after dinner, or if you have some ice cream put on top of it, but it's so good just by itself. So I got apples to stick up there. Push that other apple down, put some. Okay, like I said, I have my oven set on 350. I'm going to put this in the oven for about, like I said, about 30, 35 minutes. And I'll come back and show you what our cornbread apple crisp looks like. Our cornbread apple crisp has been in the oven about 35 minutes, and I think it's ready to come out. So we'll get it out and take a look at it. Oh yeah, it's bubbling up on the sides. And there it is. I've got a bowl right here. You can see it bubbling on the sides, down here around the sides. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? It's chilly outside tonight. I'll have a bowl of that with a cup of coffee in a few minutes. And that'll probably be my dinner. Probably not the best dinner in the world I should have, but that will be dinner tonight. Thank you so much for letting me come back into your home. I hope you have a great week ahead of you. This is Jim Mann in Mexico saying I'm on Facebook. Follow me there. And on YouTube, hit that subscribe and the bell. And if you do that, you'll get all the recipes and not miss any of them. Until next time, you take care of yourself, and thank you so much for having me into your home. This is Jim Mann saying, God bless. This is a great time to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll never miss another recipe.